MMA Now, powered by Show On TV Network.
I'm just curious, what's your take on all this drama this week between Conor McGregor and the UFC? Where do you have a stance? Do you have a take on it?
My take is, I think we're fighters first, but we're secondly entertainers. Our job is to entertain the fans, man, and do this, talk to you guys. And so for Mr. Press Conference, not to want to do a press conference is insane. They're talking upwards of $8-9 million that he's throwing away or whatever. I would literally ride a rocket ship to the moon for 6 months for $10 million to do a press conference. So, but he said he's a puppet, he's a monkey. That's our job is to entertain. So, that's really all I have to say about that. That's what we do as part of the job. When you sign your name on the X, we need to go and I have to do all the media obligations for Ottawa. You think I want to? It's just part of the job, man. That's what we have to do. So, I don't know.
What do you have to say about Khabib Nurmagomedov in that fight? I know that there was a lot going on social media. You said that you would go and do the fight, and then he was saying that was never an offer. So I wanted to know what your side of that was.
Sure, yeah. No, I called Dana, said to fight, and Dana asked me why, and I said because I want to do it. So we said, okay, done deal, sent me the contract. Khabib got the contract. Dana returned my call and said, this fight doesn't make sense. We're not even going to do it. We're going to act like it never even got offered. It never even happened. Then Khabib saying I got injured or whatever, and he was tweeting me pictures of his contract. Like, yeah, mine was signed too, man. I have the same. It's just Dana called me and said it doesn't make any sense. We're not going to take you off Ottawa. We need to sell tickets. That's the end of the story, and that was it. So I don't have. You want to talk about a puppet? I'm the puppet. I got no say. So I put my hat in the bucket. Didn't work out, man. So and I would have loved to take that fight. I'm in shape. I stay in shape, and it'd have been, especially at 170. I would have tried to make 55, but they were like, no, it'll be at 170. So, but hey. He went out there, won, got some money in his pocket, so we'll meet up someday, I'm sure.
If you had your choice right now of opponents, who would you want to fight on what card? There's a lot of big ones coming up, from the MSG card to UFC 200.
Yeah, Madison Square Garden, but that's so far away from me. That's like 5-6 fights.
You get like 4 fights.
Yeah, right. Right now I got Patrick Cote. I'm super excited about that fight. It's going to be kind of a tailor-made fight for me. I'd love to fight in 200. I was just the arena yesterday, last night, watching George Strait. The King, George, killed it. The new arena is amazing. So 200 would be cool. Whoever they want to give me, I don't care. I'd love to fight. I don't really seek out someone I want to fight, but whoever, maybe someone will get hurt, they can call me.
Well, obviously, Conor doesn't seem like he's fighting, and Nate's in there, and he's fighting at welterweight. So are you throwing your name out there that you want that fight?
Yeah, I text Dana as soon as McGregor pulled the retirement thing, and my text to Dana was, I'll fight Diaz at 200, and I don't need any more money. That was my exact message. So, but I never heard anything back. So they're probably trying to figure it out. And it's tough, man. There's a lot that goes on behind doors, and I'm just in the dark as far as everybody else. And so yeah, I don't know. I'd love to take that fight, sure.
Anthony Pettis is fighting later tonight. Came down and worked with you guys for a couple of weeks, was supposed to be a couple of days, turned into weeks. And we hear it's sort of because of you and he kind of striking up a relationship. How did that come together, and what was it like getting a former opponent down there to mix things up for a little bit?
Yeah, Anthony and I went around the world in 8 days for the USO tour, literally around the world. Our first stop was Japan, and we went out and shared some beers. And son of a bitch, a cool dude, man. He really is. I think it was we just button head because we were
right.
WC days.
For sure.
Yeah, he's a cool dude. We hung out. He lives a similar lifestyle to I, and so I'm rooting for him. Love training with the guy. But I think just Jackson's in general, if I was going to be a country music singer, I would go to Nashville, Tennessee, and I'd try and make it, And I feel like he came to Albuquerque. There's just so many. Even the guys that aren't in the UFC are on their way up. They're killers. So every round, him and Sergio are both. Every round is somebody that he's like, wow, I don't know anything about Duke Roufus's or the training that goes on up there. I just don't know if every round he's getting pushed. There might be some. So I think it was just a different style for him, and him and I it was good to high-level guys training. So
Could you be a country music singer?
hell to the no. No. I can't carry a tune in a bucket, brother. So I tried.
Fighting Pat Cote up in Ottawa, we know Sunday is always fun day. Have you started scouting? Like, there's some nice cottages, there's good fishing.
RV, I got an RV.
All right, well,
So in my,
I didn't know if you were
in
taking
my-
the RV.
well,
RV up.
in my mind, when I was like, yeah, Ottawa, I'll just drive. I thought it was like above Michigan. I was like, yeah, I'll just come back Great Lake. No, no. Yeah, so I'm in the process of figuring out if I want to make the 36-hour haul or not. I don't know. I just got a new RV, a new boat. It'll be fun to come back through and hit the Great Lakes, and there's a lot, Chicago and Lake of the Ozarks, and really have. But if I go up, if I go and get on 200, I better get my ass right back, right? So I'm kind of playing that card too. So we'll see.
You said you were excited about Cote. What is it about the fight itself? Is it just that it's a veteran that you know you're gonna get in there? He likes to mix it up. You like to mix it up.
Yeah.
Good chance at that bonus check.
I love bonus checks. Yeah, he's a veteran, like you said. Good guy. He's a big guy. I'm not big at all. I'm like 78 right now. So I love this 70-pound, eat whatever the hell I want diet I'm on. So it's cool. It's cool. I'm excited for the fight, man. Just fighting. I love getting those paydays, pay my toys off, and buy some new ones, and just live broke, man. Stay hungry.
You did say earlier that Pat Cote, that fight was sort of tailor-made for you, though. I mean, why do you think that?
He's gonna want. I believe he's gonna want to try and. He's gonna try and take me down. He's not gonna be able to. It's just gonna be a stand-up. What everyone wants to see. Everyone loves knockouts. No one likes to see wrestling and boring fights, man. They like to see two guys go out there trying to knock each other's head off. So I have zero head movement, and I think it's gonna be exactly one of those fights.
So this is just one fight and walk away, or what?
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna when they call me and say, hey, we need you back at 55, I'm gonna say, okay. The ranking system kind of makes me a little upset. So I dropped me to like 25th or whatever I am now. I don't know, but who knows? I'll make 55, no problem. No, there is a problem. There's a problem. 55 is tough now without the IVs. You can't main vein fluids anymore, so it's tough. We're at 70. Oh, man, wake up, do a little light jog, and I'm easy. So 75 with the boys are so big. I'm fighting grown-ass men. It's a little boy at 55.
Donald, I know you were at a concert last night, but I'm wondering if you heard or saw Benson's Bellator debut, and are you surprised that he lost?
I didn't see the fight. I DVR'd it at the trailer, so I was going to watch it, but I heard he lost. I got the text, and I'm going to go home and watch it. I haven't seen any footage or clips or anything of it yet, but surprised. The guy who's fighting is tough, right? So I don't know if Ben just didn't pull the trigger. I can't even make an accurate comment because I haven't seen anything on it yet. So to be fair, my buddy Ben,
Yeah. It was a rather dominant loss on his part. It was one-sided.
Oh, wow.
5-0.
Says you, not me. I don't know.
Well, the judges scored it 5-0, so I'm just saying.
Sure.
I agree. I just wanted to go back to the Conor thing, if I can,
Yeah.
for a second. Do you feel, you say that you'll fly to the moon and do that, and that's, respectful. But is there ever a point where you feel like, gosh, I don't feel like doing this? Is there a way of figuring it out? Because it wasn't just like he didn't show up and pulled a no-show. There tried to be some sort of negotiation. Do you sympathize at least with his stance, considering how big everything's become for him? Do you see where he's coming from at all, or no?
Oh, sure. I absolutely feel where he's coming from. And the guy is probably the best at marketing himself and marketing the UFC. So for him to, the UFC want to use him, yeah, because when he speaks, people listen. So of course the UFC's gonna be like, oh yeah, we need, yep. So it's probably a lot on his plate. So yeah, I feel him. I definitely feel him. And trying to balance the training and all the traveling and the late night shows he does. So I don't have that luxury of doing all that stuff. So I can't even speak on his behalf. But I'm sure it sucks, but it's got to be fun too, man. Right? Enjoying the crazy ride. At least for me, it'd be fun.
You mentioned a lot of guys who are really killers, who are up and coming and fighting as hard as they can. Did you notice anyone put a target on your back ever? Or when Pettis comes to your gym, do you see these up and coming guys like, oh, I can really build a name for myself and look good if I go a little harder than normal?
Yeah, Greg and Brandon Gibson and all our striking coaches down, they're really good at not letting that happen. So Pettis gets in there. They're not like the little kid in the corner, like, pick me. They're like, yeah, maybe later, so they kind of got it figured out who's going with who. So as far as a target, no, it's not like that down there. It's not like a shark pin, he's getting there getting mauled. But no, I think Pettis came down. First day, it was just him and I. We would just go 5-6 rounds, just him and I, and then slowly started introducing other people. And so yeah, I think he likes it. I like having him down there.
Your thoughts on Eddie Alvarez?
Hey man, he got the call. Good for him. Yeah, go give it hell, Eddie. RDA hits very hard. Man, Good job. Hope he gets it.